A financial aid is a grant or scholarship loan that is or paid employment to help a student meet his or her college expenses. So there are many types of financial aid, but only a certain amount of people with a certain amount of criteria can gain access to them. So why is financial aid essential? Financial aid is essential because it's an important factor that can determine whether or not a student can afford and attend college. So there are four main types of financial aid. There's a student loans, student grants, scholarships, and work studies. Student loan is money that is borrowed to help pay with tuition, but after the student graduates, they need to pay off these loans back with interest, and they're only given a certain amount of time to pay these loans back. Student grant is money that comes from the school itself or the government or private sources that does not need to get paid back. Scholarships are similar to grant, but only in the sense that that the money doesn't need to get paid back, because many people consider scholarships as reward for good academics or volunteer work or other projects that happen there. Work studies is a part-time employment for the student to help work and also get money to help support their tuition. Okay, so there are a lot of requirements for financial aid. The three most dominant ones are financial situation, academic status, and extracurricular activities. For financial status, if a student lives in a household that earns around that has a six-figure salary, the likelihood of that student getting the same amount of benefits as someone whose household makes five-figure salary is very unlikely, unless the student also has other factors that help benefit. For education status, there's a lot of scholarships have a minimum requirement of GPA. For example, the Cal Grant requires a 3.0 GPA minimum, and in addition to the 3.0, the Cal Grant also requires the person to be a U.S. citizen, California resident who graduated from high school from California, a Social Security, and the student also needs to attend a qualified California college. So how to determine the amount of financial aid to be given? So in order for the financial aid to determine how much money you will deserve, they take the cost of your school's tuition, your family's finance situation, and then they subtract in your family's finance situation. There are a lot of aspects that they take into consideration. For example, how much your parents have earned in the past year, what your parents' income tax is for the past year, your current parental saving amount, your total worth of parents' investments or businesses, and your total assets of the child, as well as income earned in the past year. So they take all that into consideration, and they subtract your school's tuition from your finance situation, and they take that total at the end, and then they just determine how much you would deserve at the end, how much you would be given. So those are the basics of financial aid, and it's important that even if you don't think that you will get any financial aid, it's very important for you to just sign up for it, and because the government sets aside money just to help college students with their tuitions. So try and whatever it is.